I always thought I wasn't worth a damn. Even when I made all-pro quarterback. Even at the top of my game, leading my team to the championship, deep down I didn't think I deserved any of it. That everything had come crashing down. And damn it if I wasn't right. But did I learn from that? Did I change who I was? Hell no. I just enjoyed wallowing in my own goddamn misery. Yeah, boo-hoo, right? Well, I'm done with that. Seeing the whole world go to hell puts your own goddamn problems in perspective a little bit. I would have died at the Royal Palms for sure if good people didn't put their lives on the line for me. Not to mention what happened in Moresby in that goddamn jungle. I've seen some sick and horrible things, brother. But I've also seen people sacrifice everything for some poor soul they hardly know. When you're saving some terrified sumbitch's ass, you don't have time to wallow in self-pity. There's a lesson there. Shit, I'm not exactly sure what it is. I'm not that fucking smart. But I do know one thing, man. Logan Carter ain't as big a douchebag as everybody thought he was.
If someone has money, if they have power, they can pretend to be as pious as hell, and no one will ever suspect how evil they are. I learnt that firsthand working as a vice detective in Sydney. You know how many female half-Aborigine detectives there were before me? None. Yeah, you think it was easy. Suffering the abuse of my so-called colleagues. Half of them hated me because I was a girl, and the other half didn't like the fact that my mum was a Koori. But when it's the end of the bloody world, no one gives a shit who you are or how big your bank account is. I saw it in the resort as the infection spread, and the rich, they died just as quick as the poor. And in Moresby, where the powers that be blew the bridges and trapped the less fortunate in the worst of it. But in the end, it didn't save any of them. When all the lies are stripped away, and the only thing between them and the bloody end is me, suddenly Perna is their best friend. Well, bugger them. I'm not here for them. I'm here for the ones who can't protect themselves. Anyone who lives in fear. I will protect them, and I will die for them. Because I was one of them.
My father was a chief inspector for the Hong Kong police. He died when I was 10, and I told myself then that I would follow in his footsteps. I joined the force after graduating at the top of my class, but the men in charge never intended for me to be a real police officer. They didn't believe women were up to the task. But now, no one can deny who I am, what I've done, what I'm capable of. I thought I needed to prove my worth to my superiors. But now I know they are not and never were my superiors. It doesn't matter what they believe. It matters what I believe. And I know there is more to this tragedy than meets the eye. This infection, this plague is human-born. This is not nature correcting itself. This is mankind destroying itself. I saw how it swept the resort and reduced Moresby to bloody chaos. I don't know where it came from, but I do know that there are those in this world who would sacrifice millions to make billions. They operate unmolested with the approval of those who are supposed to protect us. In the end, I will expose them for the monsters they are. For I am Xian Mei, and I will honor my father's memory.
When I was growing up in New Orleans, all I ever wanted to do was rap. But man, I couldn't catch a break until Who Do You Voodoo? It was supposed to be a joke, but all of a sudden I was rich as shit. I had everything I ever wanted, man. Everything. Except respect. Nobody thought I was the real deal. Just some no-talent one-hit wonder. And hell, if I didn't start believing them, it's no surprise I'd have another hit after that. I ain't nothing to say. Well, you know what? I got something to say now. Didn't think I'd ever see anything as sad as Katrina. But this plague, What happened at the Royal Palms? What happened in Moresby? It's something out of goddamn horror movie, man. The dead are rising up against the living like it's the end of days, and maybe it is, but I gotta say, people do amazing shit when they up against it. The ones you think gonna stand their ground, they fucking run. And the quiet ones, the ones you don't even notice, man, they don't give an inch. They'll give up everything for somebody they don't even know. There's a song there somewhere. Shit. I don't even know if I'm gonna still be standing when all is said and done. But if I am, believe me, Sam B got something to say.
My grandfather fought the Japanese here in World War II and never left. Married a local girl. My father was native born and a sergeant major, so I'm second generation military. And from the time I was 10, I wanted to follow in their footsteps. I wanted to be a soldier and protect and defend this country against all enemies. Well, I did my job. Did what I was told. Always followed orders. Until the day they gave me an order I couldn't follow. You see, it's hard to describe how it feels when everything you believe in turns out to be a lie. When the people you trusted let the ones you love die. And none of my commanders were born here. None of them knew the land and the people who lived here. None of them had to sacrifice anything. So they made others sacrifice what was dearest to them. I still can't believe I was the only one to say no, but I was the only one. I was accused of desertion and treason, and for that I was to spend the rest of my life in prison, simply for helping those I'd sworn to protect. Well, now I know who the real enemy is. And this fight is not over. I swore an oath. And as far as I'm concerned, John Morgan is still a soldier.